Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. This is your second video of the day, so if you want to hear my thoughts on Michael Elise and a few other stories, Cole Palmer Player of the Year, all of that stuff, Young Player of the Year, check out the previous video. I'll stick it as a card up there or in the description down below. This is the final match preview of the season. I'm gutted, to be fair, because Chelsea have turned it on. We've become a great side all of a sudden. And I'm going to set you guys a target here. 5,000 likes for the last preview of the season, as we intend to make it 5 wins in a row. And I'll tell you why I firmly believe we do that in this game tomorrow against Bournemouth. There are so many different talking points here that we need to discuss today. Of course, with every match preview, I'll build my team. I'll also give my score predictions, but I can't believe this is the final time I will be putting Thiago Silva in a Chelsea lineup. It has been the most incredible 4 years of having this guy as a player at our football club. I've made YouTube shorts about him, but I want to talk about Thiago Silva. He joins Chelsea off the back of losing a Champions League final at Paris Saint-Germain, 36 years old, in tears on the field, thinking, I had the chance. I was so close to winning the greatest competition in club football. And then he joins Chelsea and he is part of a miraculous, phenomenal, sensational Thomas Tuchel team that lifts the trophy in 2021. And it's now etched on my arm and it will be there forever, as long as I don't lose my arm, which, touch wood, I won't, I hope. But Thiago Silva has been such an incredible player for this football club. Not just the goal line clearances, the goals that he's scored, arriving at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and delivering hammer blows against them, but the leadership that this man has brought to this team and the passion and the love that he has shown for our football club has been amazing to see. The way that his family have also embodied everything that being Chelsea means to me on the sidelines. You can see how much it means to Silva when he's not playing. He's looking at the screens. And when he says he's going to be back, I think a lot of players, obviously, they like to play up to the crowd. They like to say things that are going to warm our hearts and make us look at them in a good light. And then sometimes it's like, it's a load of bollocks. But Thiago Silva, he will be back at Chelsea one day. You can absolutely bet your bottom dollar of it. He'll be a coach in some kind of way, because this guy, when it comes to defending, he's a Rolls Royce. When it comes to being a consummate professional, he epitomizes everything that you would want from a modern day footballer. And I think obviously there's a lot of talk nowadays about young players and social media and are they more interested in their outfits or actually playing football. The amount that these players, these young Chelsea players in this team will have learnt from him is almost as valuable as what the performances have been on the field. And I think that is what we cannot underestimate. The influence that Thiago Silva has in the Chelsea dressing room, even though his English isn't great, it's amazing. And I'm really hoping that we win this game for him. And I'm hoping that there is a world where, like Josh Aveste said in the collab video we posted yesterday, if Chelsea are 3 or 4-0 up towards the end of the game, we get a penalty, let Silva bury it, please. It will probably be one of those scenarios where Thiago Silva takes a penalty, keeper saves it, and Palmer puts it in anyway. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, this guy is obviously going to have an incredible send-off, I hope, at Stamford Bridge tomorrow. Chelsea, let's talk about the team. Let's talk about the way that we're playing right now. We are in such great form. If we disregard the Aston Villa game and just focus on the last 4, the 2 wins at Stamford Bridge were convincing beyond comprehension. We smashed Spurs and we obliterated West Ham. We didn't concede a goal. And those were the confidence builders. Those were the 2 games where you look at the way that we played and the players out there on the field, you can see, even towards the end of the game when legs were getting tired, the urgency was there. The excitement was there. The willingness to play for one another was growing and growing and growing. You then go to Forest, who, it's never an easy place to go. Yes, they almost got relegated, point deduction. They've had a good season, they've played well. It's a difficult win. Brighton, we had to fight for that one. Reece James didn't help us, but it's 2 then really hard fought away wins, and that is what builds the thick skin. It's okay to have 2 wins in a row against 2 London rivals where Stamford Bridge is pushing the guys along. That is the foundations. The building blocks have started to be laid when you go to difficult away grounds and you win and you maybe don't necessarily play your best. Chelsea have done that. The last 4 games are the reason why this summer, regardless of this Bournemouth result, and I mean, if we lose this game, I'll probably be upset about it. I'll probably speak about the negatives. That's true. That's just the way football works. But I have become so excited again about watching this Chelsea team play because I'm seeing different elements. I'm seeing it's not just a tasty steak anymore. We've got different seasoning. We've got salt and pepper. We've got the lot. We've got A1 steak sauce now. Cole Palmer is scoring looping headers, not just flipping brilliant goals with his left peg. We are seeing variety. We're seeing Christopher Nkunku coming back and bullying Premier League defenders instead of being bullied. Chelsea are looking like a force. And that is why I think we are going to batter Bournemouth tomorrow. Yes, I said it. I might look like an idiot, but I can't get it wrong for another 2 months until pre-season after that. So I'll take the L if I have to, but I'm genuinely confident. I genuinely think we're going to do it. So without any further ado, I'm going to build my final Chelsea starting 11 of the season. Before I do that, hit the subscribe button and the like if you haven't already. And we begin with Đorđe Petrović, the Chelsea keeper. This guy has become the Chelsea number one. I do think there is a world this summer where we do look at other goalkeepers. I think we sign one. I have seen Ortega, an option from Man City, which isn't a bad idea. He's in his 30s. He's rumoured to be available for around 10 million. But I think there's a really good goalkeeper in Petrović. I think Pochettino said it in a press conference recently. The guy came from the MLS. No offence to the MLS, but the gap in quality between that league and the Premier League is astronomical. He's still a young goalkeeper. And I think he's done a really good job. 2 clean sheets in his last 2 Stamford Bridge games. And I'm backing him to do it again. We move into a back 4. And I think this one at this point absolutely picks itself. Malo Gusto is in there. Trevoh Chalobah, he's been magnificent in the last 5 games. He's in there. Thiago Silva, of course, starts this game for Chelsea. And Marc Cucurella. Cusquets, whatever people are calling him at the moment. Marc Cucurella's been fantastic. I look across this back 4 and I'm confident. I think Thiago Silva will absolutely be up for this final game. Trev, I couldn't be any more confident with any other player at Chelsea right now than Trev. He was gargantuan. A word that I've not maybe used for a while in that Brighton game. Magnificent. Malo Gusto also. What an assist for Christopher Nkunku. The match-winning assist. This guy really excites me, and what a great season he's had. And I was speaking about the fact that he's not been picked for the French national team. Good for Chelsea. Gutting for Gusto, because he'll want to be in there, because France will think they'll win it again, or they'll win it. But Malo Gusto, if he can stay fit next season, massive season ahead again for him. Moving in to that midfield pivot of Conor Gallagher and Moises Caicedo. There could be a world here where this could be Conor Gallagher's final game as a Chelsea player. As I said, on the final day of any season, there are so many micro-narratives that can be built. There's so many things that can be looked at. I'm hoping it isn't Gallagher's last game in a Chelsea shirt. But if it is, let's win one for him as well. Caicedo. This man, right now, he's the best midfielder in the Premier League. He has been huge for Chelsea. And that is the thing, right? We've said all season, or I've said all season, about Chelsea need to identify a spine. Chalobah's been amazing at the back. Caicedo's been amazing through the middle. Palmer's been amazing ahead of him, and Jackson started scoring. That is how you build a team. You need players performing at their top level throughout the entirety of the pitch. And that's exactly what we have had. Caicedo in the middle. He's become like Kante used to be, clearing up everything, looking as if he's got 4 legs, roaming around, a tireless engine, tackles, blocks, passes. The man has got it all. We move into a front 4. Mudryk's season is over. He was injured, and obviously we wish him a speedy recovery in that game at Brighton, thanks to Lamptey's elbow. Noni Madueke starts. Cole Palmer in the 10. Christopher Nkunku on the left, and Nicholas Jackson through the middle. This front 4 is exciting. I thought Nkunku specifically was fantastic in that game at Brighton. He just looked so strong, shielding the ball, getting back, tracking back. Defensive work rate was excellent. Carrying the ball, passing it. Like, the way that this player works and the way that Cole Palmer works specifically, these two, they have got world-class ability and technical awareness on the football field that you can't teach. You've either got it or you don't. Palmer's got it at such a young age, which is phenomenal, which is why the ceiling is just like totally off the lens. Christopher Nkunku's got a bit more experience. And it looks as though the man's been in the gym. He's been lifting weights. He's been making sure that whenever he was going to come back into this Chelsea team, he was not just going to come back and be a passenger. We've seen that a couple of times when he's come back from injury and it looks like he's still injured. And I think a lot of that was down to Poch didn't have many players to choose from. The eagerness, probably, of Nkunku to play. But he looks like the real deal. We've seen the balloon celebration and there'll be nothing better than to get another balloon, but this time at Stamford Bridge. Now, my score prediction here, it's the final one of the season, so I'm going to go in a bit more detail. I think we're going to win this game. Josh said 4-0. I'm going to say 5-0. I'm going to say 5-0. I think Nkunku scores, and I do think Thiago Silva scores. It's probably going to be a header, but I love Josh's idea about a penalty, if it is the case. Palmer's going to score 2. And score 2. Yeah, I'm actually going to correct myself, even though it's the same. You know what I mean? I think we're going to win. I really think we're going to go out there with party atmosphere, but not playing like it's party atmosphere. I think the players are going to create the party atmosphere. I might be totally wrong here, but we've also got to address at the end that there is a lot riding on this game. We might be talking about positivity, thinking we're going to thrash Bournemouth. That's a product of what I've seen recently. I believe we're going to beat Bournemouth. I believe we're going to smash them. Bournemouth are a good side. And Chelsea need a result here. If we lose, and Newcastle and Man United win, United have got to overturn like a 16 goals, so forget that. But if Newcastle win and we lose, we drop to 7th again, and it takes all of the icing off of the cake. Imagine a carrot cake with that white stuff not on the top. That's basically what it would be. And the carrot cake is burnt. Not good. That was an awful analogy. You know what I mean? We've got to win. Spurs might lose. They just might. You never know. But even if they don't, we can just do what we can do. To win the last 5 games of the season is magnificent. It gives us a massive platform of belief for the next few months. I really want to win this game. Let me know your Chelsea 11 in the comments. Let me know your score predictions down below. And I will see you. I'm going to be figuring out the live stream today to make sure that the internet will hold. It's been dropping out a couple of times. I'm hopefully going to be live. I've got multiple screens in this room. I'm going to have the Arsenal and City games on and, of course, the Chelsea game on the channel. So make sure you tune into the GBFC stream on Sunday afternoon. Thank you guys for watching. Come on, you Blues.